Yeah.
Hello, my name is Amanda Forey/Fino, and I am the content creator over at CP Gals World here on YouTube. I am very blessed to be on Brandon Joseph Loves Jesus. Thank you very much, Brandon, for letting me be on your
Thank
YouTube
you.
channel today. Brandon asks me the following question: what has Christ taught you and helped you with your CP? In response to his question, here is what I have to say. My life has been given a new perspective by Christ, and I will be forever grateful for it. This is why I would like to tell you all about how Christ changed my life once I met him. There was a chill in the air on November 21st, 2021, despite the sun shining brightly. It was at the age of 31 that I was baptized in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, either live in my church or via live streaming, in front of family and friends. The Holy Spirit came upon us and gave me a new heart. As stated in the Bible, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36:26 NKJV. God indeed put into me a new heart along with a new set of eyes like Paul on the road to Damascus. My life changed significantly on that day, and that was a moment I will never forget. Rather than the Holy Bible, my birth mother, Linda, believed in a psychic medium named Sylvia Brown. Only God has the power to tell you what lies ahead for you, and I truly believe that. It was difficult for me to grow up as a Christian because my mother and sister teased me about God's holy word throughout my childhood. When I was younger, I often attended my other friends' different churches because they wanted me to, even though my family wouldn't allow me. I have known Jessica for more than 20 years, and her upbringing was influenced by Christian values. I have always looked to her for guidance regarding the Christian way of life. Try to do the right thing by God. As a child and as a young adult, I was subject to a great deal of abuse and pain by my birth mother. After experiencing such a great deal of abuse as a child, I made poor decisions as an adult, which ultimately led me to commit sins as a result. Now over 6 years later, I have been blessed with a life-changing experience when I was brought into the Finos home. They have become my adopted family. One morning in April 2021, when I first woke up, I was greeted with a message request on my Facebook Messenger. When I found out that the message was coming from Lizzie, who was my godmother, I was shocked and was not expecting it. In spite of the fact that I had lost touch with her for many years, she was like a second mother to me. Despite not having been baptized, I still refer to her as my godmother and called her my mom. As long as I can remember, Lizzie's faith has always left me in awe, and that has never changed. As I grew up, Godmommy gave me things from the Bible and VSHs from a Christian perspective which I have always appreciated. I recall watching someone tell us, Jesus says, "Let the children come to me." I had the pleasure of visiting my godmother and her family once again in June 2021, and it was a great experience. This has resulted in Lizzie and I having regular communication between us now. As we returned from our last encounter in 2004, it was wonderful to continue the relationship that we had started when we last met in 2004. It has been a very long search for me to find a church that will accept an individual with cerebral palsy. Though I attended a number of services at one church I attended in Williamsburg years ago, I never felt comfortable or even fit in this church. In one of our conversations, I mentioned to my godmother my desire to find a good neighborhood church that was close to my home. By searching church near me on Google, I found a Presbyterian church in my area that has values similar to mine, and that seemed to fit with some of the things I value. The first time I visited a Presbyterian church in August of 2021, I knew instantly that I had found what I was looking for as soon as I entered the chapel. There was a sense in which this church was meant just for me. I felt at peace with myself and at peace with God. I could see myself growing up in this Presbyterian church and taking it as my second home as I grew older and became a more mature person. Throughout the following weeks, I began to like this church more and more. This led me to enroll in their 6-week discovery course as a result. There comes a time when one must decide whether or not this is the church for them. As a church member, I must show my commitment to uphold and honor the vows I have taken in my church. In light of the fact that I was never baptized as a child, getting baptized at my new church was especially important to me. Several of my closest friends and my family discussed the issue, including my father, mother, grandmother, Jessica, and Lizzie. My final conclusion came after much prayer, thought, learning about Presbyterianism, making a few friends who saw the real me despite my cerebral palsy, and meeting the two pastors of this Presbyterian church. Therefore, I decided this Presbyterian church would be my church. I had to be accepted or rejected by the Presbyterian elders and pastors. The day of my membership interview fell on Halloween Day on October 31st. I met with two Presbyterian elders, along with my adopted father. In the course of this interview, I had a very emotional and moving experience, which resulted in my taking my vows at that very moment. The day of Halloween will always be a day of rebirth for me, as I pledge my allegiance to God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Since then, I have become an integral part of my church and made new friends, by enabling me to become a better woman, growing in grace and truth. After joining my church, I experienced hope and joy that can only be found in God. I continue to have a lot of work to do on my part through the Spirit in order to overcome situations like anger, fear, shame, and doubt when they arise in me as they arise within me. These are just a few of the things that the enemy uses to discourage Christians or to make them doubt the love of God for them. The world we live in is broken, and a broken world exposes us to sin and is filled with pain and heartbreak caused by those who are sinful. It causes us to feel sad and broken. Oddly enough, it was through this journey that I was drawn to my beloved church and its people. My life has been filled with events that have left me angry and hurt. The frustration I felt due to my cerebral palsy and speech disorder and feeling so misunderstood also turned into anger. The emotions I was experiencing were beyond my ability to handle until I gave my life to God. As a Christian, I'm still working on letting go of past anger and hurt through the grace of God. This process will be led by Him, and I am thankful for this new beginning. Several months ago, I felt like the Holy Spirit had guided me to create a flyer for the church newsletter that explained how to welcome disabled adults into the church. God guided me to finding my true calling, giving me the opportunity to share my story of coming to faith with disabled people, telling them about God's love, and exploring ways in which they could fly despite their disabilities. CP Gals World is my YouTube channel, where I make YouTube videos on a regular basis. CP Gals World is a YouTube channel that I intend to turn into a mission in order to serve the world. There is a passion in my heart that we need to make our churches more inclusive of those with disabilities. I want to educate people on how to accept them. Please allow me to thank you, Brandon, one more time for having me here. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I can be found here under CP Gals World. You are very much welcome to view, like, and comment on my content, and also subscribe to my channel if you like it. You can also hit the bell to see a new video. You can also email me at cpgalsworld@gmail.com. Grace and peace, Amanda Forey/Vino, CP Gal.
Thank you for watching.